Sharon, your life fulfillment coach, and this week I want to share a personal story with you. And I'm sharing this story with you because I want to help you understand how certain experiences that we have in life, how we can adopt limiting beliefs, and how they can affect us moving forward. So for me, this story actually took place 15 years ago, but it's crazy that it's something that I'm just starting to let go of now. So 15 years ago, I was on the hunt for my own apartment, and I was finding different roommates to live with me and all that jazz. And one of the girls who ended up being my roommate, she had a friend who came over quite often. And one day I was coming home from work and I was about to enter the apartment when I heard my name. And I listened for a second, and her friend, he said, "Sharon is boring." And I was like, oh, like I felt like I had been stabbed in the chest. I was like, what do you mean I'm boring? Like, I'm boring? What? Like, what? And that has stuck with me for so long, and it's affected how I've shown up in different situations. It's affected how I have developed relationships and friendships with people. It really took a toll on my self-confidence in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways, I started to feel like I wasn't good enough in situations. I started to believe that if I wasn't invited to something, it was because people thought that I was boring. And I created this huge story around who I thought I was, which isn't at all who I am. And I'm just now being able to start I'm now just starting to be able to let go of that story. But it's been hard. It's been really hard. And I've realized that it's not that I'm boring. It's just I don't maybe have the same interests as other people. And the fact that I don't have those same interests, they just somehow define that as me being boring. But I've been really fortunate the last little while to create friendships with people who share those same interests that I have and who don't think I'm boring, and we actually have a lot of fun together. So I want you to think about maybe some stories that you're telling yourself. Maybe it's something that somebody said about you that's affected you in terms of the things that you're now telling yourself, or maybe it was an experience that you had. And I want you to ask yourself, how true is this really? And maybe it was only true to the person who said it or the experience that you had, just based on, what their values are, what it is that their interests are. But to really be true to you, I felt like sometimes I found myself in situations that I put myself in that situation because I just didn't want to be perceived as boring. But then I was in the situation and I didn't feel like me. And I think that feeling even less like me, being in a situation where I'm uncomfortable, just makes it 10 times worse than even just being perceived as being boring. So I hope this story maybe helps you a little bit in understanding how there's different things that maybe you can let go of in life. I'd love for you to share them with me in the comments below, or if it's too personal, feel free to also email me at sharon@sharonstokes.ca, and I'll see you guys next week.